Diamonds had been discovered in Kimberley in the mid-1860s. By 1871, a stampede was in progress, and over 100 claims were registered in just a 3-month period around the Colesberg Kopje. The Cape Colony, Transvaal and Free State all laid claims to these diamond fields. So it became imperative for the Cape government to establish a rail link to the north. Earlier attempts had failed due to the formidable mountains north of Cape Town, but a potential route was finally found which required snaking almost 2,500 feet up the Karoo Mountains east of the Hex River Valley. Thus, the first rail link to the north was established, and despite cutting corners for the sake of speedy construction, this link through the Hex River Pass served for over 100 years. The line played a vital part in the Boer War around the turn of the century, when the British used it to ferry hundreds of thousands of troops and horses north in their campaign against the Boers. Shortly after the war, the Protea Video Club decided to visit this historical piece of rail, lovingly restored by Stefan Jordan, a local farmer through whose land the pass runs. Stefan adapted his trusty tractor to run on the rails and hooked up a few carriages for us to sit on. As you wind up the pass, you are treated to beautiful views of the surrounding mountains and valley. We came upon this quaint little graveyard beside the rails, in which some of the original construction workers and their families are buried. Buttresses from one of the original bridges constructed in the 1860s are still visible. This cutting was a strategic point of the rail link, and during the Boer War, the British actually constructed forts on the high ground above to protect it. The remains of these forts are still visible today. Close by, you can see etchings made by the troops. After a little fortification to keep us warm, we continued on to the old tunnel, constructed in 1876, which wasn't even lined due to cost and the need to finish the line in a hurry to get to those diamond fields. This newer, wider tunnel was built a little later to accommodate bigger steam engines. We arrived at the historical tunnel station. Nothing there now except a lovely spot to have a sami and a glass of wine as they recoupled the tractor for the return journey down those timeless rails. I had a last thought. Would these rails be as timeless as those Kimberley diamonds that started it all?